Hello, everybody. Hello. There's a lot of stuff on the stage that I'm currently stepping on. You don't love me. You haven't heard my act yet. Stop applauding. Okay. As you heard, my name is Quinn. I've been Catholic born and raised. I've had 12 years of Catholic education. I'm going to get 4 more. And I'm going to be honest with everybody. I'm pretty sick of it, all right? There's a lot of things in Catholicism that just don't work for me, right? Like, I went to get penance a few months ago, and I walk into the church, and I look the Father right in the eyes. I'm like, can we just get the formalities? I really got something on my mind. And he's like, sure, my son, you can tell me anything. So I looked at him right in the eyes, and I was just like, Father, I poked myself on Facebook, and I haven't been the same ever since. And, you know, the priest got kind of mad. He started, like, kicking at me and stuff. So needless to say, I'm probably not doing that again for, like, another 6 years. Then the other thing in Catholicism that I have a real big problem with is every Sunday, every week since I've been in 1st grade, my parents have been dragging me to Mass. And Mass is not fun. There's never a time where you come out of the Mass and you see one of your buddies and you're like, oh, man, did you hear the homily? That was awesome. And you're like, high-five them. No. Have you ever seen that? No, because Mass isn't fun. Okay? People spend a lot of time trying to get through the Mass, make it seem like they're paying attention. You know, they'll zone out, they'll just think about random things. But I do better than that. I up it up a little bit. Up and up, I guess, is not an English term, but we'll go with it. So one of the things I like to do is I'll play tic-tac-toe on the song sheet, or I'll make shadow puppets in between my legs on the floor. And my personal favorite, which is doing an over-under on the homily time, and whoever loses gets to donate to the collection basket. And that way is good because it's like, I'm a terrible person for doing it, but I help society for once. So it kind of balances out. But the main point is, people, we need change for the Mass, okay? There's a couple things that need to be done. We need attendance back up. And the first major thing that we need to do is we need to make every priest's secondary function be an auctioneer. Because then everyone, they're going to be competitive once it comes time for Mass, you know? It's going to be like, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee, blessed art thou among women, blessed fruit of thy womb, Jesus, Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen? 1, do I hear 2 amens? 2, yes, 2 amens, yes. You know, you're going to be competing with your neighbor that you don't like I amen the crap out of him at Sunday. And that's going to be good, you know, that's going to get people to come back. Another major thing we need to do is every reading of every Mass is going to be done by Morgan Freeman. Because there is never a time where something comes out of this man's mouth and you think to yourself, he has no idea what he's talking about. He could come up to you and he could be like, oh, hey, Vince, yeah, I bought a pet alligator because I like to snuggle. And you could be like, that man's wisdom is bottomless. You know? It's true. But the thing is, you know, it seems impossible because it's one man. You can't do a reading in every church across the country and the world. But the thing is, there's only going to be one reading ever. So we can just film him once and it's knocked out. And this reading comes from the 2nd book of Kings. This is an actual Bible reading, people. Okay? Elijah's walking into this town, and there's these kids that come up to him. They're like, oh, try go up the mountain to our town, Baldy. Go for it. Just try. And he gets kind of offended. He's a man of God. He's trying to do his thing. So he prays to God. He's like, God, you know, teach these kids a lesson. And God, the merciful man that he is, or being, he sends 2 bears, and they kill all 42 children that left. This is an actual reading. I'm not lying about this. But you know what the best thing about that is? That makes me want to believe in God. I mean, if God can help me out in a situation like that, I come back for a prep reunion 5 years from now. You know, Vince, what are you doing? Oh, well, I'm a terribly failing comedian. Well, you know, when they laugh at me, I know a bear is going to maul them within 24 hours. Okay? And that's what they deserve. So now that we have everyone pumped up, you know, bears are eating children in Mass, we're going to come to the grand finale of the Mass, and that's the Eucharist, all right? The Eucharist is the grand finale, and we don't treat it like that. We treat it like it's the WNBA or something, okay, people? We need to pick up the tempo of the Eucharist. Getting a lot of hostility. Feeling the eyes, Father Maplelet's watching me. But the first thing we're going to do is, as soon as it comes time for the Eucharist, we're just going to start blasting Paradise City from Guns N' Roses. And instead of having like a band or some terrible singer that's normally at the Mass, we're just going to get robots like at Chuck E. Cheese. But it's going to be Jesus and the Apostles. And we're just going to have them like rocking out, you know, and everyone's going to be jumping around and stuff. And then the priest, while this is going on, he's going to get the Eucharist, he's going to load it into a disc gun and start firing it at everyone. in the audience. And then nuns are going to pop out from every which corner with super soakers full of holy wine and just showering people. And it's going to be awesome because then everyone's going to love it. We're going to have a cover charge on Mass. Okay, think about that. That's fun, people. That's what we need. But then there's one small problem with this. Everyone comes up to me like, Vince, we can't have bears mauling people, and we can't have Guns N' Roses playing on Christmas Mass. It's Christmas Mass. It's sacred. Well, first off, yes, we can have bears mauling people on Christmas Mass. And secondly, I can cope with the new song on Christmas. That's fine. So I thought of, what can we do that's a good song? And the first thing that popped into my mind was politically correct Christmas carols. So, you know, it'll be like communion time, and all you hear is, I'm dreaming of a non-color affiliated in any manner Christmas. Bum, bum. And there's other ones, people. There's Frosty the Snow Person, Oh Holiday Tree. There's all sorts of things we can do with this type of thing. It's just perfect. I'm actually going to make a CD, maybe put it out some point mid-November, you know. Play it up a little bit. But that's all from me, folks. Thank you.
Two? You want to narrow it down to two? Yeah. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have a winner.
I think we do.
Show